I think it started.
Okay, perfect. Should I start from the beginning?
Yes, please.
Okay, so to work with the AM calendar, so the first step is to upload the AM calendar. So for doing that, you will come here to in the menu to AM and then to dashboard. The first thing that you are going to see is the dashboard with the general KPIs of AM. Okay, the first time that you will access here, you will see everything on blank. I mean, it's not an error. It's just that you don't have information here, so we cannot represent any information here on the AM calendars. So how to create an AM calendar? You will come here to standard catalog, okay, and from here you will upload the AM calendar. Okay, so how to upload an AM calendar? You have two options. Okay, you can upload it using the system, okay, or in bulk uploading one Excel file. Okay, so the idea or how the system works is that so the Excel file will be for the first upload, okay, where you can upload all the different points of the AM calendar of the machine just in one, okay, like everything in bulk. Okay, and then if you need to modify, and then in the future, once you have uploaded all the points of the machine, if you need to modify something or change something or create a new point or whatever, you use the functionality of the new. Okay, why I'm saying this? Because when you upload from the Excel is going to overwrite all the standard points that they were in the machine already. Okay. So this is why like the Excel functionality is more like to upload it the first time, okay, everything in bulk. So how the system works. So for example, if you click here in new, it will open like the form to introduce a new AM standard. So from here, you will select first the line, okay, and then the machine, okay. Then you input which is the machine zone. Order is the number of the point, okay, like, okay, this is the point number 1 in the machine. Typically, then the point you are going to paste a sticker in the machine so the operator can select this, can see this number. Okay, so for example, if they have to do a cleaning, this is the point number 1 of the machine. Then you take a sticker and you put it in the machine, the point 1 of the in that machine area. Okay, so the operator can easily identify. Okay, here you will input which is the description of that machine zone, and if the AM standard has to be done while the machine is running, or can be so while the machine is stopped, or can be done while the machine is running. Okay, and then you select which are the standards to be done. Okay, if it's a cleaning, an inspection, a lubrication, or refastening. Okay, sorry for the translation. So for example, if you have a cleaning, you will click here. You will put here like which is the description of the cleaning, here which are the cleaning tools that it will be needed, the PPEs, okay, and how many minutes it would take to do this AM standard, and here the frequency. Okay, you have different frequencies that you can set. Okay, frequency per hour, per shift, per day, day of the week or month. Okay, and here you have this matrix that can help you to set like how to set the frequencies. Okay, because please be aware that you have frequencies and fixed frequency. So which is the difference? Is like, for example, if you want to have one standard done every 4 hours, okay, so you will start and select type of frequency hour, and frequency like 4. Okay, and this standard will be automatically generated in the tablet to the operators every 4 hours. Okay, but for example, if you want something like to be generated every day at 8 AM, you will select hour also, but in fixed frequency you will put an 8. Okay, so this will mean that every day at 8 AM the standard will be generated. Okay, and the same for the different frequencies. So for example, day of the week. So day of the week, it's which day we want to have it. So for example, if we want to have it every Friday, so we will put in fixed frequency a 5. But for example, we can also put like different days. So if we want every Tuesday and every Thursday, we can input 2,4. Okay, and it will be every Tuesday and every Thursday. Okay, it will work also for the hours. So imagine that we want it to be at 8 AM and at 12. So we can put 8,12. Okay, and this is how the frequencies work. Okay, so you will establish here the frequency, and then you can select if it applies on weekends or not. Okay, this is for the lines that, for example, imagine that you have one AM standard that has to be done every day. But on Saturdays and Sundays, the lines are stopped, so you don't want that. You don't want that standards to be automatically generated. So you select this. So you select this if you want it to apply to the AM to the weekend, and you leave it blank if you don't want it to be generated on the weekend. Okay, and then here you can select which is the start date of the frequency. So imagine that you have different AM standards, okay, that has to be done every week. So, but you don't want them. So imagine that you are going to upload everything in bulk. Okay, so imagine that you have 25 points and you want to make some sequence. So you don't want to, because if you don't set any starting date, it will take it from today. Okay, and today it will generate it, for example, 25 activities for the operator, and next week nothing. Okay, so if you want to like kind of create like like segmentation, no, it's not segmentation, it's like do you know what I mean, a differentiation between the weeks. Okay, you can put like, so for example, 10 activities for this week, 10 activities for next week, 10 activities for the following week. So you kind of balance the activities in each one of the week. Okay, and finally, also, if you have any video, like for example, a video SOP of how to perform the AM standard, you can upload it from here. Okay, and then the operator will see it in front of the machine. Okay, which is very valuable, or it's very useful for the new operators that are in the factory that they never done the standard. So in the tablet or in the cell phone, they can see the video just in front of the machine. Okay. Also remember that in one point you can have different activities. So for example, you can have a cleaning and also a lubrication. So you will input here the information of the lubrication. The steps are the same. So description of the lubrication, which are the tools that you need to use, the PPEs, which is the duration, which is the frequency, if it applies on weekends, and which is the starting frequency, and the video. Okay, and finally you have to upload one photo of the machine point. Okay, this is for the operator to identify which is the zone of the machine. So this is just a photo, okay, which is common for all the activities, okay, because it's the area where the standards has to be implemented. Okay, so this is how to work with and how to upload a new AM standard from the system. Okay, how to do it from an Excel file. So you come here to load from Excel. Okay, and from here you can download the template. Okay, so you click here and you will open the template. 1 second, that this is not a file. Okay, here you have the Excel template. Okay, so here those are the different points that you need to include. Okay, that you will see that are the same as the ones in the web. Okay, so you will start here from the row 7. Okay, and here you will include like which is the reference. Okay, reference is just if you have any internal number of that point. Okay, then you will put the machine zone, the order, the description, if the machine status. So you will input a 0 if the line has to be stopped, or 1 if the machine has to be running. Any photo. Okay, so if you have any photo of it, you will put which is the exact name of the photo. Okay, with the ending of the photo. Okay, and then you can send us the photos by OneDrive. Okay, and we will upload it everything massively into the system. Okay, then the task. Okay, so could be a clean inspection, refastening, or lubrication. So you have to put which type of task it is. Please write it the same way that it's here. Okay, because if you write another thing, so imagine that instead of inspection you write inspect, so the system is not going to understand it, and it's going to generate an error. Okay, and here like the task description, the tools, PPEs, duration, type of frequency, fixed frequency, and here the video is the same. So you don't have to write here the name of the video, and then you send us these videos, and we upload them massively. Okay, and then order with equal frequency. It means that if there is some points that they have the same order, okay, which should one be first, okay, and which one should be second. Okay, so it's like the order is the same. Okay, So then start date, and if the weekend applies, yes, no. Okay. And here also you have this matrix to help you set like the frequencies. Any questions so far?
The one question I have is, once we've got the schedule or an inspection or whatever, how do you allocate it to a specific operator, or does it just
Yes, I will
pop up on?
yeah, it will pop up to the line, okay? But we'll see it in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, once you have completed the Excel file, okay, you save it, and then you have just to upload it. So you select the line, you select the machine, okay, and then you click here to look for the template, and you will upload it. Okay. Just one thing that I said previously, but please keep in mind that when you upload a new Excel, you are going to delete all the existing AM standards that you have on that machine. Okay, so the Excel will overwrite the information that it's in the machine. Okay, so just be aware of it. So the Excel is more like for the first time to upload the standards, everything in bulk, and if you want to modify something, it's better to do it from the web. Okay, like we have seen before. Okay, so once you have all these points, it will appear here. So this one, it's one of the machines that we have, and for example, we can select one machine, and we will see all the different points that we have for this machine. Okay. So how the operator will see it? So let me give me 1 second, and I will show you. Let me see if it's connected. Okay, so you are seeing the mobile phone, right?
Yes.
So they will click here on AM, okay, and then the first thing that they are going to ask you is if it's if you want to see all, stopped, or running. So for example, let's select all, okay, and you will select your line. You will select in which line do you work. Okay, let me select this one. Okay, and from here you will see, like, for example, all the list of machines. You will access to the machine, and you will see the standards to be done. Okay, here it looks terrible because I have a really small phone. Okay, but in a tablet it will look like nice. Okay, so here you will see your activities. You click on the activity, and you will see the general information of the activity. Okay, the task description. If there is photo, it will appear here. Okay, if there is a video, always it will also it will appear here, so they can check and they can click on the video, and then the work done, so they can put which is the photo of the before and after. Okay, and which is the description or which is the description of the AM standard that I have implemented. Okay, so those fields, like the work, like the photo of the before, after, and the description of the actions, are optional. Okay, so they are not mandatory, but the operator can input them if they want. Okay, and also here you have the start date and end date. Okay, so basically this is to control how much time it took for the operator to do the AM standard. And from here also you can open a tag. So imagine that you have one inspection, okay, one AM standard, which is inspection, and you see that there is a component of there is a problem on the component that you are inspecting. So from here you can directly open a tag, okay, of for saying this component is not okay, we should replace it, or someone in maintenance team should look at it or something. Okay, so you can create a tag directly from here. Okay, so the idea for the operator, it's very easy. So they just take the list, okay, of all the and once they have done the AM, this AM task will disappear from the list. Okay, so from the operator's perspective, it's really easy because they just will take the tablet, they will go through AM, okay, and in AM it will appear all the activities that they have to do. So they will take the first one, they will do it, then second one, then we'll do it, third one, and you set also the order that you want to like the operator to follow. Okay, so basically it's like the operator doesn't have to be like thinking in frequencies when I have to implement this, when do I have to implement it. is much more easier. So they just take the tablet, and if the activity is there, you need to implement it. And once you implement it, it will disappear, and it will appear again once the frequency says so. Okay. So this is how to work with the AM, and then all those results we will receive it here, okay, on the AM dashboard. So for example, if I go to the dashboard, so for example, if I go to the AM graph, so here, for example, I will see all my different lines, okay, and for example, I can click on one machine, and I can see the points of the different machine. Okay, now the system is calculating, and from here we see like the percentage of completion of each one of the activities. Okay, with this color coding. So in red will appear if it's less than 60%. Okay, then it will appear on amber if it's between 60 and 90%. Okay, and green when it's more than 90%. Okay, so now the system is. One second, let's open each one. Okay, here. So for example, here, this is my line. I can open it and I can see per each one of the machines that I have. I can do the same. So I can open the machine and I can see all the points that I have in the machine, and I can see if they have been implemented or not. Okay, I can see it with this visualization, okay, or I can see it with the standard with the standard view of AM. Okay, and also if I want more details of it, so I can click on it and I can go to the point. Okay, so for example, this is the point. I can see when it has been scheduled, if it has been completed, if not, how much was the duration of the operator to do it. If they have included photos of the before and after, I will see them here. Okay, and so here I can see, and I can have a control if it has been completed, if not, if it has been implemented, etc. Okay, also I can see in different views. So for example, in dashboard of AM, I will see all the activities. So for example, let me select last week. Okay, and I can see, for example, here the comparison. So the comparison is that I have planned for all the factories 16 minutes. Okay, this is the sum of all the AM activities that I have to implement. And this is how many minutes it took us, like real minutes. I can see here like how many, which is the percentage of completion of AM. So it was completed the 67% of the AM task. Okay, so here I can see how many they were done, how many are overdue, and how many are still planned. Okay, so the operators they still have to do. I can see the stratification per each one of my lines. Okay, by default it doesn't appear the overdue, but I can click on it and I can see where I have the most part of overdue. Okay, and this graph represents the percentage of completion per each one of the lines. Okay, so for example here I can see that my percentage of completion has been low, and I can see here different stratifications and trends per month. So this is breakdowns because of lack of maintenance. This is the cleaning standard lubrication time, operating task performance, AM task evolution, etc. Okay, so different graphs. And also I can check my tag list. So for example, this, if I filter by last week, I see all the activities that they were planned. Okay, and I can see if they have been implemented or not. If they have been implemented, I can see which is the person that has implemented them, at what time it was scheduled, at what time it was actually completed. Okay, I can, if I want to see more information, I can click on it, and I will go to the report that the operator have done. Okay, so in this case, for example, I have a photo of the after, but they haven't included any description of which was the work done. Okay, so as I said, like these are not mandatory fields, so the operators can choose if they upload it or not. So this, as factory usually work, is that they put like a internal rule. Okay, that is, okay, we always have to upload a photo of the after, or we always have to upload a photo of the before and after, and also the description, or no, or it's just you can click on confirm and that's enough. Okay, so this is something that you need to define inside. Okay, and this is how to work with the AM standards. Okay, also on the run to standard board, you can see the percentage of completion, not per day. You can see it also per shift. Okay, so 1 second. That you need this to finish, and also you can here use different filters. So imagine that you are the area leader or the frontline manager of one specific line, so you can select for your line and you can access to the information of your line. Okay, and also let me show you this in the run to standard board that you see all the KPIs. Let me go to last week in order to see something, and I can see also here, for example, for AM, which is the percentage of completion per each one of the days, okay, and how many activities they will perform in every day, or I can also see it per shift. Okay, so if I select all shifts, okay, it will show, like, for example, for Monday morning, evening, night, Tuesday morning, evening, night, etc. And you are able to see, like, which is the percentage of completion of each shift. Okay, so in order to have more control and in order to review in the daily meeting. Okay, any question about AM?
Clear for me, thanks.
Just a quick one from me, Javier.
Hmm?
Does the operator have access to create an AM task, or is that just for certain users?
By default, not, okay? But this is something that you can set by default, or the permits that we have established by default, it only gives permit to the people that, so only to manage people and also to process engineers, okay? So the operators have the right to realize AM standards, okay? To be able to access in the tablet and do AM standards, but not to create or modify a new AM standard, okay?
Okay, clear. And in terms of when you're creating the AM standard, so we can't upload the photo or video directly. We have to send it through to you, and then you will update for us. Is that what you said?
So it depends on which one of the methods do you use, okay? If you use the one of the web, yes, you can upload the photo and the video directly, okay, through the web. If you use the Excel, no. If you use the Excel, then you have to send me like all the photos, okay? Because in the Excel you do not have any way of uploading photos, okay? So you just put the name of the photo or the video, and then you send me to all using OneDrive all the photos and videos, and we will upload it to the file, okay? To the system. Okay, the only thing is that please has to be the same name. If it's not exactly the same name, the one that you send me in the OneDrive with the one that is written in the Excel, then the system will not be able to link them, and you will not see the photos or videos.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Any other question? Any other thing? No, or any other question about whatever other topic?
Okay, I'll use the time. So while we are here, I saw there's some changes happened on the PM dashboard. I saw analytics that looked quite impressive. Can you take me through what your plans are there?
Here,
So
here.
Yes, if you go to the SUD cockpit, and then you have PM, you have the breakdowns, and then there's advanced analytics.
Yeah, this is something that we are now, so we're on trials now on it. This is something that we are trying with one startups of data analytics, okay? That what we want to do with that is to have a better understanding of our data, okay? So it's, for example, when you go to PM, it's here in advanced analytics, to have a better, so we give to that and data analytics that it's using artificial intelligence, and we give all the database of PM. And the idea of it is that you can get a better stratification, okay, of your data and better understanding of your data. Okay, and you can set your own graphics. Sorry, but I need to have the pool secure in order to.
You're at home.
In order to work with it. Okay, but as I said, so right now it's just
testing.
Yeah, I think we are like in trial phase. Okay, we are trying with the Poznan factory. Okay, and the data that you can access right now is the data of Poznan. Okay, and we are seeing if the answers and the response that we are getting from the algorithm makes sense or it doesn't make sense. Okay.
Okay. No, interesting. Well, I'll keep an eye and watch what progresses.
Yeah, because it will be really interesting for understanding our own data. Okay. So it's this one. Okay, as for understanding our data and having so to give access to each one of the data, and you as factory can create your own stratifications, your own clusters, and to understand better which are your points. Okay.
Okay. And when I was looking at when you were showing us how you track the status of AM activities on the line, one of your tasks, your lists, I'm not sure where you accessed it. You were I'll find it though. I think it was under AM task list. There was a view that looked like a machine ledger.
Yes, it's here on AM graph.
Let me just see where you are. Okay.
Okay. Here with AM graph, and you will go to it.
And are you working towards a type of machine ledger?
Yes, this is something that we plan. Okay, to work and to be able to create a completely automatically machine ledger. Okay.
Okay.
Based on the information of the EWOs that we have in PM with the AM calendar, etc. Okay. Maybe next week I can give you more details on.
It's going to look at AM calendar, not PM calendar as well.
So what you are seeing right now is like the standard AM calendar, okay, where you see all the different activities, okay, but we also are creating like a kind of machine layer, okay, or like the standard machine layer with all the components and subcomponents of the machine, okay, and with the photos and bringing all the information just in one place, okay, like all the AWOs, all the AM standards, etc. Okay.
No, I think it's really good.
Maybe next week I can give you more details. Okay.
No, that's really good. Yeah, if you would like us to help you testing, please putting my hand up if you would like. Because the machine ledger is something that with a bigger factory it's difficult to manage.
Yeah, it's very painful, right?
So I was very happy when I just saw that AM view. I could tell where you were going.
Yes,
so that's great.
Okay.
Okay, I think
we're fine. Okay, so let's organize it like that for the following sessions. We can put like thematic sessions, right, or thematic sessions, so we can focus on one of the pillars. Okay, so and we can go in detail to that pillar with the relevant people, so we can and we can go more in detail on each session.
Yeah, I think it helps a lot.
Okay.
I'll touch base with you and just check what your availability is like. Because I think you would need about probably half an hour sessions would be fine to just, and it's not a question session. On Mondays we can ask questions, but the other sections are short half an hour meeting on a demonstration of how to go through a different pillar.
Okay. I mean, my calendar is up to date, so you can put me in whatever free slot that I will have.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. So have a perfect day. Okay. And
thank you. You too. Thank you for your help today.
No worries. Really happy to have you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.